Mic check, mic check. Okay, here we go. Controls. So that was neat. OBS just crashed on me. Um, Fun. Yeah. Cool. We love when OBS crashes. That's fun. That's fun. Cool. Yeah. So, anyways, it could come up more before coming down. I don't know. Whatever. This isn't overly useful information for me. If I'm going to be honest with you, that's not doing me any love. Are we still up in the stock market? Probably, right? Why not? Why wouldn't we be? Where's that? One. Yep. Yep. Still up in the stock. What was the other one I want to check? NVIDIA, NQ, up. NVIDIA going back up. Okay, cool. Um, all right. So yeah, I don't think. Man, I don't know. Look, I'd love to plan some more Bitcoin trades. I would, but I'm just not seeing anything I'm super confident with. Because price came directly from here to here without setting any lows along the way, then that means the market structure stance is still bullish, right? It's still technically bullish, even though this looks like a significant break with that we could, look for a retest off of what is unconfirmed supply, right, for further continuation down. I do not love the idea of that. I don't love the idea of that because this low, I believe, if we look, yeah, I just don't love that. I don't love it. I don't love I don't love that as a break. And that could be a break, and we could come right up in here, roll over, and come back down to that weak low. That's a possibility. I just don't know if it's one I'm willing to put my money on. I just don't know if that's one I'm willing to put my money on. I guess we can put that position back on there so I can come back and laugh at it later, regardless. So let's look at that. Maybe cover that high. Risk reward's pretty shit. 2.5%. Yeah, maybe. I don't love it though. I don't love it. I guess whatever. We'll watch for that. But there's no longs in between where price is at and the low. That much I'm pretty sure on. Yeah, well, nothing I'd be interested in. Yeah, that's as much as I got. Okay, cool. So we're good. I have officially wrapped up now. I have a few minutes left. If anybody wants, has some altcoins or anything they want to take a look at, any general questions they want to ask, this would be a good time for that. Or I shall, look at getting on with my day. I was pretty much off last week, so I still have a lot of catch up to do. What the hell is this line? And why is it on my chart and go away? It's driving me nuts. It was driving me nuts. If there's any other altcoins I want to take a look at, well, you guys are. What's ADA been up to? What's this thing been up to? Nothing particularly great. We can clean up a couple of things here. Yeah, Luke, I'm with you on that, man. Yeah, yeah, and it's like to Luke's point where he says, this area has him feeling it could go both ways. Yeah, man, I know. I'm with you. I'm with you because it's like obviously bearish leg, right? And so expectation of continuing lower highs and lower lows is on the table, but it can only go down for so long. And I mean, that's a pretty good one, guys. That's a pretty good dump. That was a pretty decent dump. What did we get out of that thing? 25%? Pretty good, man. Pretty good. It can only go down for so long. You have a strong daily high right here. We really only talked about the 4 hour this morning, but that's your strong high on the daily. So price could return all the way up into a zone like this and still maintain daily bearish market structure. So many things could happen right here. It's just a little odd. I don't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, whatever is what it is. The everything's going to be more clear probably by the end of the week. I think it's going to be pretty clear what we have to expect for the next coming weeks. It's just a little too early right now. A little too early. Yeah. I'll look at ETH. I'll look at ETH. Um, Let me say something really quick about ADA. Actually, let me just set an alert here on ADA. That one right there is a strong daily high. Strong daily high. I'll probably never remember what that means. I just want to set an alert really quick here. ADA, strong daily high hit. Something I would like to know when that happens. And now we'll go take a look at ETH. ETH should read very different. Should read very different. Eh, not so much, huh? Not so much. Okay. That's not what I wanted. I want this. All right. So this low has a job to do, and its job is to take out the high that created it. Now, it isn't a classic swing failure pattern in the sense where price touched the high, fails to close above the high, and then comes back down. It's not classical in that manner, but it nonetheless had a job to perform, right? And this was an indication right here that it was pretty bad at its job. So, yeah, I mean that level looks pretty weak to me. That looks 2791. I mean, it's just like where let's see. Okay, so all of this has been addressed. All of this this has all been addressed already by this. So that's good. So there's really only one. It doesn't have to. It doesn't like have to. But I would really prefer if it would take that out. Um, let's see here. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I'd really like to see that on ETH. Um, I'd love to see it take this low, come into supply, and then flip the 4 hour somewhere in and abouts here. So let's take a look at the 4 hour and see what that looks like. Okay, now that's a little bit more clear. Bitcoin didn't do this. Bitcoin did not do that. Um, that's definitely failure. But it did do this same thing. Yeah, yeah. It's the same. It's literally the same trading plan for me on ETH. There's almost nothing that would vary from Bitcoin. I would still look for involvement on that low. Um, Even if it kind of comes all the way down into demand and breaks structure out of demand, I think what I think I'd want to wait until it reclaims this low, and then kind of look for involvement over in this area here for a run back up to targets like that. Um, so yeah, I'm still looking to yeah, I would be looking down in those areas. I think that the question is, do we short down to there? And the answer, unfortunately, is pretty unclear, in my opinion. For the same reason that I'm advising against aggressively shorting Bitcoin, I think I would advise the same thing against ETH. It's just so far down that I don't know if it's safe to be shorting it. So obviously we had that demand that worked. Okay, or sorry, supply. And then have this guy left above us. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if that, like, to me, this wick just makes me want to wait and look for longs. But I also just don't want to see these lows left behind. Like one, two, three of them. I don't want to see those left behind. I don't think that that is healthy if we want like major rotations back to the top of the range. I just don't think these can stay, or because again, like that would be the equivalent of your strong daily high, right? Yep, that's the one. Um, so we could leave these lows intact and rotate all the way up to there and reject and maintain daily bearish market structure. Um, so I think we put it this way. If that low stays intact, and I'm going to make the same argument for BTC, and then we find ourselves up in areas like this, then I'm going to say probably time to look for some shorts. Don't know if we'll succeed, but yeah, dude. I just don't know if there's anything like really, really close at hand that I would want to try a trade on. Nope, nope, no, there isn't. And again, just I'm just cautioning any manner of shorting on these highs. It's a trap. Brew, can you check whether there's a 90-minute order block on BTC above? I think there is, and I think we're about to hit it. Sure. So you're probably talking about. I see two. Well, I see only one that hasn't been mitigated yet. This one hasn't been mitigated yet. But then as far as like locally, you're talking about this one. You're talking about this one because you said we're about to hit it. Um, yeah, I mean it's essentially, yeah, it's there. It's just I just don't know how I feel about shorting right now. Like I said, like this could very well work, right? Like we've already come into it to the nose, right? And yeah, I mean that could work. Like that it could work, guys. I just don't know if I want to put my money on it. I just don't know if I want to put my money on it, even though that's a weak low. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yes, I guess I could make this argument, right? So break lower high, lower low. I mean, it does align. It does align. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't. You're right. There's a block there, and this is why I'm gonna actually talk about supply and demand versus order blocks really quick. This is why I always draw my ranges as big as I do and don't just look to the blocks, right? So, is that Reefers is looking at this single 90-minute candle, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is what he's looking at. Um, but see, what if it never makes it there, right? And you'll see that happen often where it's like it doesn't ever make it there, but still rejects. And you're like, what happened? Try and mark all of your supply. Try and mark all of it. Um, because if it's like, because if it comes up, we're on the 1 minute now. We'll use this. That's fine. Boom, boom. If it comes and breaks like that low off of this without ever tagging that, then then yeah, that's probably weak, and you're probably not making it up that far. And when you come back for it, you're probably going to saw right through it. Like in other words, if you were to come down, tap the low of the range, sorry, wherever that belongs, somewhere around there, come down, actually hit the lower of the range, and then come back up, you will likely cut right through that. So be careful. I always like to look at the what if you're using a market structure transition, then you're often better. You don't necessarily need this tiny little zone. Um, no, I just don't think you do. I just don't think you do. But you may be right, Reapers, right? Like maybe we come here and then come back up and then break this for a run at this guy. Could be, man. And they looked at 90-minute candles. Yeah. And that would have. I'm pretty sure I've deleted so much TA from the crawl down. Um, but I know I can point out a lot of examples in this leg right here where order blocks were missed, but supply was tagged. Perfect example was this guy right here, right? That's a really good example of the overall order block was missed, but supply was tagged, and we had a massive reaction off of it. I think that was a daily candle. Wasn't that a daily candle? Yeah, so you had this one daily candle right here that was your order block with imbalance, but it never got tagged. It's still on the chart, and it will quite likely get ripped right through on the way back. I could be wrong, right? I'm still looking at a short in this zone, um, but mark your whole supply range. Never forget to mark the whole thing because the bearish transition happened in this candle on this day right here without ever tagging that one. All right, I got about 10 minutes left. Were we done with ETH? I think I'm done with ETH. I don't, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, and it's just because this low never came up to touch this high. That's what makes the TA tough for me, man. That's what makes it tough for me because I don't want to consider this a break because it's not. It's like an internal break if it's just internal to the leg. You haven't broken external structure with this move. Um, and so it's like, does it return to an area like this and hunt out its weak low? Very possible, very possible. But it's like from a rotational standpoint, we've come up, we've come down. I guess we did touch the top of the range. I see. I don't know. It's just in a weird spot, man. Just in a weird spot, and I'm okay with not coming to the charts every day and being like, "Oh yeah, this, that, boom, boom." But it's okay to find ourselves in a place of price action where it's just like, this makes me a little uneasy. I don't need to rush into this. I'm good with that. I am perfectly good with that. Don't have to make a trade every day, or every week for that matter, or every week. Oh, is this gonna do this? God damn it. Might have to trade that if that. No, no, damn it, Brewberry, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I'm not doing it. Not with this. No. Mm-mm. No, I'm not gonna do it. It probably fucking work, but I'm not gonna do it. All right. Hey, Abule. What's up, man? I don't know. ETH. Oh, how do you feel on XRP? Sorry, just saw that. Um, well, that's a good question. That ought to be an interesting chart. What's that thing up to these days? What's that thing up to these days? Okay, so I mean, dang it, stupid fucking. So that's good news that we've finally tagged that low. I don't think that this low is relevant. No. Oh, well, we hit it anyway, so never mind. It doesn't matter. So we tagged both of those lows. So yeah, I feel pretty bullish on XRP. I gotta say, yeah, I gotta say I feel pretty bullish on it. I mean, we have. I guess is that like the? Let me go to like the weekly or something. This chart doesn't go back far enough. Um, but like this is the bear market low, right? That's a bear market low. Let's see here. Gonna bring everything things. Weekly closes above. Um, hard to not be bullish on it. I don't know. I mean, like I'd see some concerning stuff on that chart, but unless you believe it's going to crack the bear market lows, then I don't think it's really worth talking about that stuff. Um, a lot of dollar signs on this. A lot of dollar signs on that. That's going to be pretty easy to sweep when it does happen. Um, yeah, that is. I think that's going to be pretty easy to sweep when it does happen. What's the move between here and there? 33%? I think it comes up at least 33% from here. I think the only other question is, does it like come back down and form a proper accumulation? Like something like a one and a two and a three. Sorry, one, two, three, or does it give us like a the other version where you have your one, your two, and your three, and your spring, and you crack that high, and then you run all this. Those would make me feel a lot better. It doesn't have to do that, but man, it'd make me feel a lot better if it did. Um, but I mean, generally, I really do feel like from this zone that it's going to come up 30%. Yeah, I kind of do feel like that. What do we have really locally? Oh, actually, hold on. I don't think I was done on the 4 hours. Probably the last one I have time for. Um, okay, so no. Yeah, it'd be really cool to see it like reject from this last chunk of supply. The first one's already been mitigated. The first section of it, right? That guy. But see it sort of reject from this last piece of supply and come back down, test that low again, and do something up from that area. That would be what I'd really like to see it do. Which is basically the same thing as BTC and ETH, really. Um, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, this is essentially like in a nutshell. I think in every chart I look at today is going to say market structures bearish, so you should look for shorts. But it's also going to say it's overextended and in a discount area. Um, yeah, and therefore, even though structure's bearish, I'm running out of reasons to short this stuff. Um, yeah, I am. So I think, yeah, I think I might not be doing a lot of trading this week. Based on what I'm seeing, I may not be doing a lot of trading this week. But I kind of feel like it's going to come up. I do kind of feel like it's going to come up. I mean, this leg broke bullishly. Right? Got your break right there. It's come back down and it's mitigated demand, probably to the 50% area. Pretty close. Not exactly. Pretty close. Um, Colors gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, but damn it, see, it's probably every fucking chart, right? Like you have this break right here on your 15 minute, but then you fucking turn around and do the opposite. Yeah. I could have literally taken the day off. I feel like this is not going anywhere. What do I want, Bear Boss? Yeah, so it's like, you get your bullish breaking structure and then turn right around and break bullish or bearishly again, leaving supply above you. Yeah, I'm just feeling way too much indecision here. I don't like trading in indecision. Um, yeah, no. I mean, no, no, bro, no. I don't see trades on XRP right now. I don't. Do you think file can come out of its area? I'm long. Let's take a look, especially because you're long. Did I miss anything else? I was targeting the 90-minute OBAM because I was stocked at FG in 5 minutes for any idea about that. I'll take a look at the 5 minute FEG and that 90-minute OBIM again real quick, but let's take a look at file because our boy is long. Uh, in the same stance as everything else. Well, XRP was a little bit of an outlier, but it's like you break bullishly, you come back down, you kind of mitigate. I'm not even going to draw this whole range, but um, we mitigate that section of it. So, like, does it want to come from? That's a strong buy wick right there. Obviously, a lot of orders were filled. What I think what everybody's worried about right now is essentially that line in the sand. Um, which is not a valid break because that is not a confirmed low because the high that created that low was not touched, so it does not confirm that low. But I don't know why I still feel like there's trouble here, and I think market structure is just flip flopping back and forth. Um, so I'd be I'd be pretty concerned. I hope your entry is down here. I can tell you this much, and this is probably the case for the majority of these charts. There's no reason to break below this line if this is the intended target. Yeah, there's no reason to go below that. Nope, no reason to go below that. You go below 37.7 and quite frankly, I think you're coming for that. Oh yeah, now let's get back to BTC and go to the 5 minute chart. I mean, there's really not much of that FVG left. Because I'm assuming you're talking about you had an FVG from what's the proper tool to use for this? We'll use this one. From here to here was your FVG, right? And like you filled majority of that already. Got really close to filling that. So let me reread this. I was targeting the 90-minute order block because I saw it was stacking with an FVG. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying. You were saying, hey, I like it because it produced a fair value gap. Um, yeah, you're not wrong about that. I mean, did it break something also? Maybe it did, right? So maybe it does meet all the criteria. But overall, this whole demand range still produced an inefficiency. The very last section of it is where you see the inefficiency initiate. But yeah, I still like I again, bro, I get why you're looking at it. I do. But it does not necessarily have to make it all the way up there. And based on what I'm seeing, fuck, it might do that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like the the charts are not. There's a lot of indecision here. I can tell by looking at these charts that there's a lot of people going, oh, we have weekly, daily breaks of structure. We've broken below the range low. We've back tested the range low. We're going down, down, down. You have all those people fighting against all the people who are going, yeah, all that's true, but logically, this is a pretty good price for Bitcoin, so I think I want a piece of it. And they're really duking it out right now. It's going to be a bloody fray, and there's going to be a lot of liquidations. I guess I deleted too much, didn't I? So I don't, yeah, no, I don't think I want any piece of this. All right, I gotta hit the road. I got to hit the road. Um, so you guys have a good one. I got a crap ton of stuff on my plate, and I'm out of time. So thanks for joining me this morning. Cheers, happy Monday. Stay safe out there, man. I think the best advice I can give you, at least for the first 2 days of this week, is if you're in profit, fucking pay yourself. Pay yourself. This is a really, really bad time to get greedy with your trades. Personal opinion. I think it's a bad time to be greedy with trades. I think it's time to just, you scoop a few bucks, pay yourself, and get your stop loss to break even and call it a win. I just don't, I'm just not, I'm not comfortable in this environment, but it's just me. Uh,